Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about some video game related stuff, not Cologne. I know I've been doing my horror movie podcast all of October, and that's been fun, and like I said, I'm going to continue doing that. But I don't have anything to report on colognes for you guys. I'm sorry, it's been business as usual, been wearing a couple colognes, haven't bought anything new. This is how it is, I'm sorry. I want to talk about video games today, specifically the upcoming new generation consoles. Xbox One X, or sorry, I keep saying that to myself. The Xbox Series X and S comes out, I think, the 10th of November. It's crazy to me that we're in November already. And the PlayStation 5 comes out the 12th. I think that's what it is. I'm not super excited for these. I'm obviously not going to buy them at launch. I never do. It's just way too much. They're always going to go down in price. They're always going to come out with a mid-series sort of slim model or updated version or something like that. You know, I am interested in them as a concept, and I'm very interested in looking at all of the sort of news and reports and YouTube videos that come out regarding it. But in terms of getting one, no. I mean, and that's not possible, especially given this climate with the pandemic. I can't go out and buy a $500 console. But I think that in terms of, let's talk about controllers. I think the Xbox Series X controller is looking to be pretty cool. I love the Xbox One controller. And this looks like they added a fresh coat of paint and changed a few things, and that looks cool. The PS5 controller is fairly redone. It's the DualSense 5. That looks actually like it's going to be a really comfortable controller as well. So that's cool. I'm a peripheral kind of geek. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to check those out, and I might, even buy one of them down the line to use on PC or something. We'll see. In terms of games, it seems like Xbox is kind of weak in that aspect. Not a lot. I know that PlayStation 5 especially has like Demon Souls, so the remaster. And I love the Dark Souls series, so the Demon Souls remaster, totally from the ground up, redone with modern generation. Graphics and everything. That looks awesome. I know it's like $70, and that's been a lot of talk, like our game's going to be $70 now and stuff like that. There's no clear answer on that. 70 is way too much. I've talked about this before. Like, I get it. When I was a kid and I played on the N64 and stuff, games were a lot of money on cartridges. They would range all over, but that was back then. Now I'm not paying $70 for a game. Not happening. And I'm not going to buy these consoles either. Like, I always will wait until they go down in price or the slim model comes out. We know that's going to happen. That's the thing, is a lot of complaints were lodged towards the Xbox Series X looking kind of like a fridge. Microsoft even put out this I thought that was kind of cool that they did that, very tongue-in-cheek video on the Xbox Series X fridge. That was funny. I kind of like they're basically they're basically gaming computers at this point, really, with a proprietary operating system. So the fact that it's like this big square box, that doesn't bother me. I don't really care. The PlayStation 5 seems to have more of a positive opinion over the design. I can't lie, I think it doesn't look good. I think it looks way too futuristic for my taste. I don't care too much about what it looks like. I care about how it performs, but I think it looks a little bit strange. I don't like the white color. I'm always more of the black. I like the black color for consoles. And I don't know if you guys have seen some of the videos of people actually unboxing them. That PlayStation 5 is freaking huge. I did not realize how big that is. That console is enormous. It is bigger than the PlayStation 3, the original. Remember that big ass thing? That big $600 console? It's freaking huge. I could not believe it. So that's going to be interesting. A lot of people said people are going to get that sucker and be surprised that it can't really fit in their entertainment system or whatever, and putting it up, no way. I mean, that thing is freaking huge. Wow. I didn't expect that. It's bigger than the Xbox Series X, I think, which is very surprising because that's a chunky beast. But yeah, this generation has been really interesting to me because I'm sure that it's been impacted to a degree by the coronavirus pandemic, and we have not had E3 and things like that where they show things off. But I think it's more than that. I think they're really not showing a lot off. I could be alone on this kind of thought. I'm sure there are people who are like, no, they showed games, they showed as much as they needed to. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like for one, I think it's probably like a side effect of just getting older. You're like not as excited about these releases. Like I remember when they showed off the Xbox One and the PS4, I was like so excited watching it and the reveals and everything and all the news leading up to it. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like they've really shown a ton off, and I don't think that that's just a personal thing. I mean, people were like with the Xbox Series X, they were like, "Where's the gameplay?" They've barely shown off any gameplay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen virtually none, barely any. That's concerning to me, and it really seems like they were struggling to push this shit out for this season, especially PlayStation, who took a really long time to show stuff off. And here comes my cat. You want to say hello? No? Okay. Oh, here he goes. There's my cat. Here, I'll have him sit on my lap. So, that has been... We'll just do the video like this. That has been an interesting thing for me. I've not seen enough to sell me, personally. For some people, they're fine. It seems like PlayStation, in terms of games, because that's what it really comes down to, PlayStation has really, I think, shown more games that interest me personally, and the Xbox has not really done a good job at that. But that was kind of the case with the Xbox One as well, where they were primarily relying on Game Pass and things like that, and they knew that their exclusive games, if you will, were not really up to par with PlayStation. I'm just very interested to see how it all turns out. I don't know. It's really... So I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about. It's like, I just don't know how it's going to go. Hey, could you not ruin my video, buddy? Sorry. There goes my cat again. This is probably the most interesting release for me. Like, I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't know how it's going to go. Of course, there'll be extreme fans in either direction, but this is going to be one where it's either going to be really something spectacular or it's going to be very, very lukewarm. So I'm just curious to see the news, and I'm curious what your thoughts are and everything like that. I know Xbox obviously has the Xbox Series S, which we don't have tons of information about. We have specifications and things like that, but they haven't really talked about that too much. Again, it's going back to my point of just this weird lack of information that you would expect. And the PlayStation 5 has an all-digital version, which I'm not about that. I don't do the all-digital stuff. No way. So we'll see. Nintendo Switch is still kicking and making a lot of money because that's what they do. There's been a lot of rumors about a Switch Pro. A lot of people said, "Oh, it might have a 4K screen and stuff like that." I don't think so. The Switch has a 1080p output on TV. It very rarely hits that. It's laughably underpowered. Even for what it is, it's not acceptable anymore. I think 4K Switch is not happening. That's just my thoughts. I know a lot of people are like, no, it's probably going to happen. I don't think so. Like with those wind chimes again. Not going to happen, I don't think. The Switch, I don't know. From a personal standpoint, they need to get their shit in gear. I think that Nintendo specifically as a publisher has been extraordinarily lazy. I think most of what they've been putting out has been outrageously lazy and subpar for my tastes. I know that that's not the case for a lot of people because they love the Switch. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing my Switch. I'm actually playing the Ace Attorney trilogy, the remastered trilogy. If you guys are familiar with those old DS games, I'm having an absolute blast playing those. Those are fantastic games, but most of what Nintendo's been putting out has been subpar for me. I don't know. They're totally on their own planet these days. They're not even in the game anymore, really. I mean, in the game with these other two, they're not competing, is what I'm trying to say. So that's all I have to say, really. I think price-wise, I think I expected them to be the price they are. I think that I keep forgetting if the Series S is $300 or $350, but I want to say it's $300. Even if it's $350, I know it's undercutting the PS5 all-digital edition, which was smart of them. That was really smart from a business standpoint. I'm curious to see how it goes. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm not very positive with modern games these days. There's a lot that I'm not very interested in. And here's going to be the real point of contention in this video, Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not excited for that game. I mean, I'm very interested in it. I'm very interested to see how it goes. but I'm not like super excited about it. It's just they keep delaying it and delaying it and delaying it, and I totally understand that delaying a game and making it better is always greater than putting out an inferior product and really rushing it and pushing it out. I totally understand that, and I of course have the mindset where I'd prefer them to delay it and really hone in and make it a great game than rush it out, because games get rushed constantly and they get patched later, and it's a terrible practice that is now the status quo. But they have delayed this particular game so many damn times that it makes me think there's something weird going on behind the scenes. They said, "Oh, we're never going to have that crunch issue that's been a huge problem," and then now they say they're crunching and they're making their employees work overtime. And now they've delayed it again. It was supposed to come out in November and it's coming out in December now, and they said it was because of a multi-platform, the new generation issue, but they had said it went gold, which gold means that it's done and it's being shipped out to distributors and copies are being made. So it didn't go gold, so they lied. So there's some weird management issues going on behind the scenes with that game. And I know that we also have a problem these days with hype expectations and things like that. Games get so hyped, and this game in particular is so hyped, they never reach our standards, and we have this weird disappointment with them. So I understand that. I'm sure it's not going to be as great as we all hoped. It'll still probably be good, but I just have this weird suspicion with that particular game that it's going to be good, but not really great. It's not going to be what we all hoped for. That's just my thoughts. I know a lot of people are like, no, that's going to be the game of the generation. That game's going to kick ass because people love CD Projekt Red. Don't get me wrong, I love Witcher 3, and they're a great company. Their practices with their DLC and everything. But that one I have this weird, cynical sort of feel towards, so we'll see. That's all I had to say. I hope you're all well. If you like cologne, let me know what your favorite cologne is, what you're wearing. If you like horror movies, let me know what you're watching. And if video games, let me know what you're playing and what your thoughts are. I've been playing the remaster of Battle for Bikini Bottom, that old SpongeBob game from like the GameCube, PS2 era. They remastered it, the rehydrated edition, and it's been really fun. It's just that's a great remaster. I've been playing it on PC. Tons of good old platforming fun. Platformers, collectathons, those are my favorite. Banjo-Kazooie style. I love that style. So that's been a lot of stress-free fun, no bullshit, lots of just good times. That's what I've been playing, and I've been playing just a couple other little things here or there, the Ace Attorney game. Everybody take care. Hope you had a great Halloween. Peace out. I'll see you next time.